Hello, I'm Chris Turcotte, and this is my wife Scarlett. Our youngest son, Cameron, attends JSA. For us, this started when Cameron was about 2 years old. We noticed a little something different about him. We kept going back to the doctors, and they said, no, he's just a boy. He'll be fine.
He'll catch up.
He was nonverbal. He acted up a lot. He had a lot of behaviors. And then one day the doctor said, hey, have you ever had him tested for autism? I think we were kind of looking at each other like, what's that? So
didn't have any clue what that meant.
We didn't think anything of it. We were like, yeah, it's just something. We made an appointment with a specialist, and once again we came back and didn't think anything of it. So Scarlett went by herself to that doctor's appointment.
We thought we were just going to pat on the back and say, your son's fine, go ahead, go back home. And
yeah, that date kind of sets a mark. It's March 13th, 2013.
Mm-hmm. Our lives changed that day. We didn't know what it meant, what to expect. We were scared, felt all alone. It was scary.
That's when we started our journey, and we just started researching more and more and more, and we found out about ABA, speech therapy, occupational
IEPs.
At that age, he was about 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
So we weren't in school yet, but we were in a church preschool. But one of our issues there was they couldn't handle him. His
behaviors got out of hand, and there's no communication. He didn't know how to communicate. He was nonverbal. He would just screech and flap. And
we learned what ABA was, what worked, what didn't work. And at that point, we were driving an hour for ABA one direction, 30 minutes different directions for speech and OT on top of his school day. So
it was a long day.
We were all over the place then. We did some research because we thought there had to be something better to get whatever we could best for Cameron and our family. That's when I stumbled across JSA. We drove here, we took a tour of the school, and we left here, and we were like it was just awesome.
We said, this is too good to be true. But after that next school year, we made the decision. We said, that's enough. We're going to just do it.
We made it to December, and we said, okay, this...
We prayed and prayed and prayed every day, and everything just kind of opened up. And we called Michelle and said, is there still a spot? And she said, yes, there is. And the house sold immediately. His company let him go remote. It just all came together. And then when we got here, we totally understood why.
So before JSA, we had major behaviors with Cameron, and he was nonverbal, so he didn't have communication. He didn't sleep well. He might have gotten maybe 3-4 hours of broken sleep every night. So, in turn, so did the rest of us. Very limited on diet.
Very aggressive.
Aggressive.
He would kick us.
He would,
spit on us.
I always compare it to the Hulk. He would turn green and throw things.
Yes.
There's been times where he's thrown furniture. And this is
chairs.
This is a 6-year-old throwing a desk. One of our concerns was he's going to get bigger. He's going to get stronger. So
family vacations were hard. Everything was hard. Being here, this is our second year here, these behaviors have almost diminished. He still flaps, which is Cameron, but the behaviors, kicking, spitting, hitting, we can take him to the bowling alley. We can take him out as a family and just say, Cameron, come on, let's go to the grocery store, and he stays right beside it. Sometimes he even pushes the cart. And
he's happy to go. He wants to go.
So easy now. And JSA, if it wasn't for us coming here, we would not have known that Cameron was capable of handling these situations. And us as a family, we have just become more of a unit because of everything they have done with him at this school.
One thing great about here is they individualize for every child, and they took Cameron in and saw the potential in him and created an individualized program for him that turned him around. He is he's a different child today than he was a
Yes.
year ago, or
Yes.
definitely when we started.
Absolutely.
We were blessed with the opportunity to, with a spot when we called, but that's not always true for every family that comes. I mean, autism is growing. It's 1 in 50 kids now. And that's one of the tough parts, as you see, you know, our interaction in the, you know, in the outside community. A lot of kids don't have this opportunity. You know, there's
a wait list here now.
There's a long wait list.
Long wait list.
You know, qualified staff. You know, to find the right people to be able to work with these kids. I mean, what they do here, from everywhere from early intervention to the older young adults, is crucial for these kids to succeed and be able to survive. You know, we can't thank everybody enough, from the sponsors to the people in the community that give back to the school, to Michelle for creating the school, to the staff here. They're all just wonderful, wonderful people that put their all into these kids.
I don't have words to express my gratitude towards everybody that has kind of welcomed us and changed our lives for the better.